Well, everybody's looking for the next advantage, right? Uh, you saw Major League Baseball make big moves with the whole pitch calm, all that stuff. And basically, I think when you look at it, everybody wants their piece and an opportunity to find ways to hide their signs or implement different ways to call pitches or structure your defense, call offensive side, anything, all of it. And, when you look at it, you want to find what's user friendly. You want to find what's affordable. And there's a lot of options out there. We last year chose GoRout. Didn't know it was going to be a partner of NAI. It was just after the research we did, I was certain when I spoke to our previous head coach that this is the product we needed. We ran with it last year, and we're going to be keep it. We're going to keep using it. We definitely like the product for sure, and pitch blocks and everything that goes on with it. Um, you know, Casey, when you played for us, there was multiple times, I had a number code system. I'm yelling it out. The catcher's looking at his card. Next thing you know, there's a guy in second. He's looking at his card. He's got 5 different indicators and he's streaming something in. So when you look at game speed, you got to be functional within the clock and get out what you need to get out and information as quick as possible. Um, that's where this came in is it's quick, it's easy. For us, everybody on the field's got one. So when we're running our pitching, I'm flipping through the different hitters because we have lineup set and tendency set, and literally a new batter steps in. We don't, our coach we'll have our position coach, and he'll be out there helping some positioning. Game's always going to change, but they'll have a set position that literally the batter steps, pitch is called. Everybody's looking at their watch. They know where they're going. And a lot of great things, such as just on the offensive side, like, we could talk to our hitters about things that we want to say to them that maybe we can't, such as control your breathing, or you own
Mm.
that, you're fine, So we put in a lot of little quick memos in there just to remind them, and so that's where, for us, it becomes positive and beneficial because we're able to just get in front of them what maybe we think we want them to hear at that time, aside of just the positioning and sometimes just confidence. You hand out a playbook for our guys, and it's 50 pages long, and they still need to own the playbook. They still need to absolutely know everything in it because you never know what can happen, right? Everybody still needs to know everything, but being able to condense that playbook into a tablet and send out, you know, bunt with or steal with help, or left field's playing here. I mean, that's the great thing is we're customizing it so well, finely tuned that when we're putting it in, it actually has a slide downs of each position. So we have our numbers from our position coach that basically tells them from a base set, are they moving right, moving left, how many steps, how many forward, back, etc., to get them in position for that current hitter. And we go in there and we build the team and we put it in there. And then, once we've ran our scatter reports and things like that, we'll go in there and we'll put those numbers in underneath each position. So that way, when it sends to that, it sends directly to the left fielder where he needs to be, sends it directly to the center fielder where he needs to be, to the right fielder where he needs to be. We put on first and third defenses with it. We'll put on our pick plays with it, more to the first base or something like that. But I mean, when you're talking about being able to just you as a coach, you want to control everything, right? Well, you can't control everything, but one thing you can control is communication. And this gives you a platform to be able to get out there and make sure that guys, I mean, if they're the only way that they don't know is that they're not looking. Well, I mean, just the technology that teams are doing when they're showing a game, from where we were playing, when they were hitting, the broadcast is coming from center field. When we're
Oh
hitting,
yeah.
the broadcast is coming from home plate. I literally had my wife text me in the second inning after we were down 8-0. I can see all your signs. Now she knew the signs, but it wasn't hard for somebody to watch that and pick it.
Yeah.
So it was funny. So we went old school. I was like, okay, I got all these bands in my bag. I throw out the wristbands, start calling out numbers. And it changed the dynamic of the series. I mean, the offense changed. So when that would happen, we are like, okay, we have to update from this because there were multiple times you're playing in wind, you're losing your voice, whatever. Somebody can't hear you. and you're yelling out a set of numbers. And it's funny because you're watching the other team write down every number trying to track you, which is the funnest part about that. But, by the end of the weekend, you can't, you're looking at your other coach and going, you need to yell these numbers. I can't talk. Um, and for me, doing these signs, somebody's like, I can't see your fingers that well.
Yeah.
So it was basically, we know we have to do this type of system to avoid getting picked as easily, and we need a user-friendly way to do it. And we were watching everybody, what they're doing, kind of going, okay, kind of got to keep up with the Joneses. So, you could be a purist and go, it's not for me, but at the same end, somebody's using it and they're having a lot of success. You're going, okay, maybe I need to make the change. So we basically identified, okay, we're gonna go this route. We need to, like my coach, he was like, we're gonna look at every product out there. And started calling, started Googling, started researching, started emailing. And then it basically became, okay, we know we have an idea of some products we like. And GoRout was one of them. But it basically became, okay, when we go to the ABCA convention, you're gonna go to everyone and basically interview all of them and
Yeah.
identify the one that's the best. And I was clear, just associates. I mean, I'm not going to speak bad about anybody, but I mean, there were some people that were definitely more engaging than others. Um, I think all the products presented a an option of what we were looking for, but when we looked at the versatility, it came down to accessibility, what was easiest and what was most affordable. There were some good ones out there, but we wanted to arm all our defense and our hitters with it, and Go Route provided that option. I mean, what's ahead of the status quo is it's easy to use. Um, our guys loved it. I mean, as soon as the Go Route box arrived and it had all the watches in, our pitchers were like rejoicing they didn't have to look at any other kind of card or try and look at a sign and know what they're chasing for indicators anymore. So the excitement of our guys, like, and the buy-in of that, and having a product showing like we're taking the next level up to compete at the national level, which is a program that we are. So, um, that's what stood out. I mean, that was a big thing for us. It's really easy to learn, but we just, I mean, that's just it is we literally got it, hopped on a plane to Louisiana and broke it out 2 days later at the Cajun Collision. And it wasn't much of a learning curve. It was, we're dialed, we're going, okay, time to go. Like it was that easy.
Is there any advice specifically that you would have for coaches on the fence?
I think when you look at your preparation, are you going to have to change what you're doing? And that's a big no. It's not going to change your prep. It's not going to change you from running spray charts. It's not going to change you from going back in and having your strategic plan of what you want to do offensively and defensively. It's just an easier way to send it in, and instead of instead of getting maybe a card that tells you where you're positioning, you've got it loaded on a tablet. It may take you 5 minutes to create their roster and go through and transfer your notes from a spray chart into however you want to communicate it on your tablet. So when that batter's up, you press send, they got it all. But there's nothing that's going to change the way you operate other than if you're just a traditionalist, you want to be out there doing all this. I mean, that's fine. That's
Yeah.
fine. That was one thing that me and my previous head coach even spoke about. He's like, man, I miss doing this. He's like, but this is easy. I press a button.